Hey everyone, this is how to start a blog even with no experience, all using the brand new and updated GrooveBlog. Hey everyone, I'm Ross and this is the GrooveTube Academy. Stay with me to the end of this video because you, if you take action, are going to have your very own blog live on the internet. So shall we get straight to it? Let's do it. So there's going to be two types of people on this video. Ones that have just turned up, they don't know anything about Groove or GrooveBlog and what it offers, and ones that already subscribe to my channel and they're in Groove and basically they want to know everything about GrooveBlog itself and get their blog out there. And what my channel's all about is just cutting all that training down in Groove, which is sometimes 6 hours long. Try and cut it down into a minimal amount of time, and basically so that you can just get straight in and start taking action straight away. So I try and keep these videos to about 15 minutes, and we'll try and do the same with this one. And as always, if you've got any questions, put them in the box below. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed already. If you haven't done so, I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and the button's just over that way, I think. There, yeah. So if you can do that, that would be lovely. And obviously, likes help my channel, helps to get this video seen. So I really appreciate that if you can. So let's get straight to it then. So we are in blogs, GrooveBlog. As you can see, the drop-down menu here is giving all the apps that are available. We've selected GrooveBlog, blog creation made easy. I've just been tinkering about in the demo there with another site that I use for practicing. So what we want to do, we're into GrooveBlog. You want to go for new blog, and you want to give it a name. So this is going to be my actual GrooveTube blog when it goes alive. So let's do GrooveTube Academy, and then I'll do GTA. Now it's important to note this is just this is just to get you going. There's going to be a better way of doing this, which I'm going to show you. So pay close attention. This is just to get you going, because you can change this to have your own custom domain and /blog. So that's the best way to do it, and I'll explain to you exactly why. So we'll do that. Done, and you can see it's starting to create it. And what it will do is it will start preloading a template with sort of like posts that are already made up, like this one. So this is just like demo posts, but this is like a theme that you've got already running. So 10 best free blogging sites, and this is how it's going to look. Now you can tinker around with this, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. But in the meantime, we want to go straight over to settings. I'll explain all these different tabs and all these different tabs along here as we go. But first of all, we want to go into domains. Now, there's a few options here, and the one I'm going to pick, and the one that I suggest you pick, is to publish to a folder. Now, this is going to have your domain /blog, just like you'd expect in like WordPress and a blog like that. Beforehand, before this was live, you used to either have to have it as a subdomain or just on a domain. But we want it to look just as it does in WordPress. And this is the best way for SEO as well, because it can pick up your titles and your H tags later on, which I'll explain a bit more about. So I've selected publish to a folder, and then I'll come down here and I'll select the GrooveTube Academy, and then it'll select a location. I want to put that in the root, and then the folder name I'm going to keep as blog, and it's handy. It tells you what it's going to be: https groovetubeacademy.com/blog. I'm happy with that, so I'm going to save it. So that's saved now. You can see domain settings saved now, a little green box. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight to publish, and I'll let this load for a little second. And then I'm actually just going to hit publish with just the content that's in there at the minute. I appreciate it's not the content I want up, but I'm just showing you how quick it is to get these things up and running. And I'll just hit publish again. Yeah, blog publish in progress. And then once it's finished circling, I'll visit blog. There you go. So it's picked it up already. So that took like 30 seconds. So as you can see, that's already, started to propagate out, and that's a live page. You can go and search that, and it's got all the content there. But obviously it's not quite what we want. And we want all this stuff looking like it does on our homepage of our website. You want all the colors. You want the same navigation as you would do in, say, my website here. So there's GrooveTube Academy. So I've just got home and learn Groove with a drop down. So we can play about that, make sure it looks the same here. So to do that, we'll go over to Groove Pages. So we're in Groove Pages now. You can see that with this tile here, Groove Pages, intuitive and easy to use page and funnel builder. So what we're going to do is we're going to select in here so that we can add our blog to this nav menu. So you just want to click in between these two tiles here. And as you can see, it comes up as nav menu. So you want to hit configure and you want to select an external link, one, and the label for the link is going to be blog, and attach link to, let me just scroll down here, to blog, select GrooveTube Academy, and let me just take my head out of the way, it's starting to get in the way, and we'll update that. So as that's updating, we'll take that away. And as you can see, we've got blog there, and that's going to link over to the blog. So let me shift myself back over there. And as always, we want to save these things, and we want to go into publish, and I'll publish the site. And again, we'll get a little green box to say that the site's published. And then we shall go over and refresh the page to see if we get our blog up and the nav menu. So basically, we're just trying to make it look as congruent as possible. I'll just make sure that actually published. Site published in progress, and I'll just refresh again. And there we go, it's loaded. So that's now got the nav menu there with the home, learn Groove, and blog. So let's see if it works. We'll just click blog, and then that'll go through to the blog. So that's the one we just published. So that's basically, how simple was that? You know, creating the blog itself, adding a little menu to here, and then actually publishing it and getting it live. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go in and actually make it look like the site itself. So really it has to be congruent all the way through. So follow me through in this, and we'll quickly change things over and get it looking the same as the website. So I'll just close down these tabs just now so I don't get confused, and close this one down as well. So we're back into GrooveBlog. So what we want to do is we want to go into themes, and we want to customize themes. So there is only one theme at the minute, but there are going to be more uploaded. This current version's just went live and it's fully usable, but just one theme that you can change a lot of the colors and the text and all that to make it look like your own site. But there will be more and more added in the future. So we'll customize theme. And what we want to do is look over here to appearance and layout. So you see customize. You can change over the heading fonts. You can change the size of the fonts, small, medium, large. I'll leave this body font the same. So this is where you want to start changing the heading fonts and the header backgrounds, body background, that sort of thing. So as you can see on my site, I've got this sort of pink color. So I've got a little tool here that visually inspects the page. I go to color, and I can scroll down and select the one that it looks like. I'll just copy that, and then I'll head back over to GrooveBlog, and we want the header background to be the same as the website. So you can just do that, paste it in there, and tick. There you go. So that's changed that over. Looks like the same color. So it's starting to look a bit more congruent already. So let's just save that. Always go back up and save, guys, as you're making progress, or you might log out and then realize that nothing's really changed. So what we want to do now is we want to get our logo in. So you can go back into customize, come out customize theme, and this is in settings. We can go into logo, and you see it's here. You can choose image. That'll bring up all your image tiles. And let's see if it should be in here somewhere. Let's do that. And we'll select. And there you go. Choose image, save. And then we'll go to publish again just to make sure it's always updating. Okay, so there we go. That's changed. You've got the logo there. You've got the pink background. And now we're going to go into links because we want to change these links so that they're the same as the homepage. So I've got minimize that, minimize that. So we've got home, learn Groove, and blog. So let's go back here. So what you can do is the ones that are already up there, you can just tinker with them and change them to what you want to show. So that'll be, oops, there we go. Home in here, and then down. And then if I just bring up GrooveTube Academy, if I just copy a link off of here, copy a link address, back over to GrooveBlog, and we basically just paste that in there. Don't need that bit. There we go, update. So that should now change the home from whatever it was before, software, to home, and the link to the home page. And then on here, we have Learn Groove. So we'll edit that. Type in Learn Groove. And then we'll copy a link address. And we'll type that in there. Update. So I'll go over and change a few of these just to save a bit of time so you don't have to sit and watch me do all these ones in and out. So I'll pause the video, back in a sec. Okay, so I just updated those links to show what it's like on the homepage. And you can see there's a button here. I don't have a button on my homepage, so you can easily just turn that off. That'll get rid of that, and once I publish it, will. And then you can see there's footer navigation as well, so you can come down and see what's in the footer. I'll not go through that just now because it just takes up time, but you can basically change that to whatever the footer is in your homepage. So, and you can update them as well. You can also shift them around by dragging the little handle here if you want to shift them around, so that's pretty handy. So that was the updating of the links. So the other thing I wanted to show you was the categories. So as you can see here, there's a little tab here for categories. And these are basically, you know, you'll end up publishing lots of blogs. So you want to try and separate them somehow. So to make it easier for the user to find all your articles. So for example, on my site, I'm going to be talking about everything Groove. So I'll have one for, you know, GrooveBlog. So when I'm publishing anything about GrooveBlog, I'll tag it in that category. So if somebody wants to go into my site and just learn about GrooveBlog, they can hit the category GrooveBlog and takes you to all those articles. Same for GrooveMail, GrooveMember. And then you can even have a must-read one, you know, your really top articles that you want everybody to read. You can stick them in there. You can go in and add a new category. As you can see, it comes up with the name, the slug. The slug is just this bit after the slash. It has to have this hyphen in as well if you're going to separate the words out. Short description and showing navigation. The navigation bar was the one just below the main navigation bar. So I'll show you that in a sec when I go back. So I'll cancel just now. And as you can see, you can change these ones. You can edit or delete them. So let's just go back to the publish page, and I'll just show you what I mean by those categories. So you'll always have that top bar, you know, your home and learn Groove for whatever it is I got, and see the categories are front and center here. So it's really quite good to have these, you know, your important ones here, so that people can just click straight on them. So I'm going to go back into Customizer for a minute and just show you the extra things that I didn't go through before. So we've been through most of these features and the fact that you can change the colors and all that sort of thing. And now I want to go to the layout, and you can see things changing. So let me just go over here, and yeah, that's better. So as you can see, I've selected the home page here, which is this one here, and what you've got is the featured menu there. So this would just scroll through all your featured items, and we'll discuss that in a second. But here you can say show sidebar. So you've got a little sidebar here. That, you know, you can have your forms in here if you want to collect emails or popular posts, that sort of thing. Show categories, which we have done. So the categories come up here. So yeah, as you can see, this post itself is under tips and productivity. You can show the opt-in form, which I just showed you, and you can show dates as well. If you can toggle these on and off, and you can see that the it's a dynamic page, so it changes in the background, categories off and on. Oh, just show you that. categories off and on, yeah, and then show sidebar. It'll take that away, and then I'll just replace it with post. So you've got another few options here. Post style. So at the minute it's in grid, so everything's lined up nicely, and then you can have it as a list if you prefer it that way. And then you can have it as masonry, which basically just cuts off any white space at the bottom. That's probably one of the least favourite for me. I'll either go list or grid. I'll stick with grid at the minute. And it's also important to touch on dates if you want to, leave the dates in or out. I probably prefer to leave the dates out for me because, if somebody's searching for something on the internet and it comes up and the date's like, 7 years ago, they may not click on yours, not thinking it's been updated. But depending on whatever it is you're covering, if it's something that's kind of like evergreen that might not change, like the top 10 places to visit in your local city, whatever it may be, it might be good just to leave the date off because you don't want to go out and change that blog every time because there'll be nothing to change. All you're doing is changing the date. So it might be handy just keeping that off. And then you can go to your post page, do the same. There's only a couple of selections there. And then your category page there as well, and you can select how many posts you want to show on that page itself. So let's go back into our main menu, and I just want to pick up on any tabs that I haven't seen. So that's your home tab. That's where all your sites will be. That's your publish page, which we just done before, and the little publish page comes up. This is your post. I'll keep that to last because that's the juicy bit. That's the bit we all want to get to. Categories we've just covered. Themes is this one where you're customizing the theme. The navigation's the links, and then the settings, which I'll go through now, is basically all these. So your SEO, I'm just going to keep this as at the moment, but this is the bit that comes after the / which is called the slug. I'm just going to leave them as is because this is kind of self-explanatory. Domains is the bit we've already been through. Let me just move myself over here. And then logo we've done. Favicon, yeah, we can update that. So basically on my site here, we've got a little Groove G. You want that congruent as well. So let's choose the image for that. I probably should have one loaded up already. Yep, select and then save. So the next time I load up my site, this little one will show up the same as this. So that'll look the same. Social links, this is coming, you can paste your social links in here. You can choose the icon if it's, like Facebook, whatever, question mark. And then, but in the future, this will all be pre-populated from your other site, so you don't have to keep adding them in. I'll just skip it for speed. This is basically for comments, so you can put comments on your page, and you can basically have people commenting, which is great for social purposes. Forms, this would be your form heading, what you put in it, and then this is great because then you can select whichever form you want to send to them. But for speed, I'll just move on. This one's copyright, so I'll just change that now. Made with, I'll just put GrooveTube Academy 2021, GrooveTube Academy, and then save. Save everything, guys. Remember that. Don't want to lose your data. Embed ads. So here you can actually go into your Groove JV and then stick in the code for the banners. And you can have like a banner at the top, bottom, on the sidebar, wherever it may be, and you basically just copy and put the code in there. But for speed, I'll just leave that out just now. Tracking in pixels. If you want to stick anything in here, Facebook, Google, whatever it is, it'll tell you to put it in the head, the body, wherever it may be, depending on the setup, and then you'll save that, and then you can start, seeing what people are up to on your page. Open graph. I'm not going to bother with that just now, but you can fill in if you like. But I believe that GrooveBlog's going to strip all your data, so when you share it with social, it'll all pre-populate with like your image, your title, and your URL and all that. So I'm just going to leave that blank at the minute. So that was a quick, brief overview of that. So shall we create a post? That's what we want to do. So basically all that preamble is just showing you Groove and what it can do, what all the different tabs mean, and how you can customize it. But when you actually want to get down and actually get your content out there, you'll see that all these ones are just templates that they put in just to show you how it all looks, and you can actually just go in and alter them, or you can just come up here and do new post. So you get up to new post, and you put a title in here. So is this the best blogging platform So that's title. Then you can put in a description. As you can see, as I just typed in there, the little plus icon comes up, and that allows you to put in images, videos, and embed any codes. So for speed, I'm just going to start, typing in a load of gobbledygook. I'm going to enter. I'm going to type in just to show you, how easy it is to just type away, and it's just so clean. If you've ever worked in WordPress, it can be a total nightmare, navigating around that. And I love the simplicity of this. So we'll stick in a picture just to see what it looks like. There you go. That was my last video of hooking up your Groove Mail. There you go. It just pops it in there, and then you see the cursors come down. Start typing again. Enter. Type in. Enter. And then, if you want to highlight anything, all you do is, like in the Groove Pages editor, you do that. You can stick a link in. You can make it italics. You can, change it to all different heading tags, depending on what you want. And you can change the color and, move it left to right, that sort of thing, if you just highlight it. So let's go back down and let's put in a video, this one here, and it says paste the Groove video, YouTube or Vimeo. So I shall go over to my, if my mouse decides to work, it's just failed on me. I'll go over to my YouTube channel and I'll just copy my last GrooveBlog, which is back in January of this year. I shall press share and a little code comes up, copy, back to GrooveBlog, and then you can just type this in here, paste, and then enter, and there you go. Puts the video in there. So you can see how clean it is. You got your images, your text, and then remember that you've got your plus icon when it comes up. So what shall we do? We'll publish that and see what happens. So we've done that, post published. I'll go into settings here. Now, let me just move a cell out of the way for this bit. And I'll minimize that just to show you what comes up in here. So what you want to do, if you don't put a featured image, it's just going to, pick one of the images in here. So you want to choose a featured image. I'm just going to pick another one just for speed, and you select that. So that's the one that's going to show on your main page. And you want to, entice people in to read your blog. You've got the title there. You'll have a small snippet, and then the image, your featured image itself. This is the post slug. So it's just pulling whatever information is down from there. Now, my background is a lot in SEO, and I've got a big thing about this with the titles and URLs, but that's going to be for another video. I might even put it in a members platform for those that want to get into SEO, because there's so much stuff you can learn with it. So I'll come back to that if anyone wants to learn about that. I think I'm going to make it free, and I'm going to put it in the Groove member, because Groove member is going to be one of my next videos. So if anybody is interested in that, pop it in the comments. I think that's probably the best way to do it. But as you can see, it says the whole URL there. And then you can even, publish this date in the future if you wanted to, and then it would just schedule it for later. Maybe it's something to do with a competition or whatever, you can just schedule it to come in later. You've got categories. So this is going to be all about blogging. So I'm going to put in GrooveBlog, and then, you might want to put in key tags. I don't think they work as much now SEO wise, but it's not going to do you any harm. So how to start a blog, and then if you enter, that'll take that. Now the excerpt's quite important, because if you don't put anything in here, this is the little bit of information you get below the title. So all it'll do is it'll take in the first couple of lines of your blog post, and that might start off with something that's not very interesting. So the excerpt bit is the bit that you want to entice them in. So let me just think of something. I spared you the me trying to think of something to put in, but I just rattled something in. So in this new and updated GrooveBlog review, you will have a blog up and running in 20 minutes, even if you're a beginner. So it's something. It's just quickly explaining what the blog may be about, and it'll entice people to come in and start reading. Now, if I think this is going to be an important blog, I'll add it to the carousel. So that was that featured one that we had the little arrows that people can click through. Show on homepage, yep. And allow comments, yet you can click that if you've got your Facebook comment thing set up. There's edit metadata, so it'll scrape this all in, and it's just taking my excerpt and then the title as well. So that's already come in. And again, about Open Graph, I wouldn't bother filling this in. Oh, in fact, it's already doing it. So as you can see, it's already started scraping the data in. And then custom code is anything that you wanted to add extra that might be from like a third party. If you wanted something popping up, you'd put all your code in there. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to leave that blank. So I've put everything in there. Just go in and have a tinker about and see, see what things do. But at the end of the day, you want to then publish. And then post-publish in progress. Changes usually go live in a few minutes. Right, let's go back then. And so are you sure? I'll press save. I'm sure I've pressed save, but never mind. As you can see, it says, is this the best blogging platform ever? And it's live. So, and if you ever wanted to edit it, you can go in and edit it. You can schedule it for the future. You can delete it. I don't know why you would, because you're doing what I'm doing, and it's you're doing for test purposes, and then you can clone it. So if it's got the same sort of format that you want to keep, like an image and then a bit of text and a video or whatever, you can just clone it and do it that way. And then I'll go back in and edit, and then you can go back in. If you've realized the mistake, you could go and switch to draft. So that's just showing you exactly what you can do with it. So let me just exit out here, and then do not save, and then I'll delete one of them. Yes, delete it, and then just to show you, going back in and editing, and then back to publish, and then we will get the settings back up, and then you can actually click the link there, and then you should see your blog live. So as you can see, with the settings that we had earlier, you can stick in these different tiles on the right hand side. You've got your title, you've got your date on this one. I haven't deselected it. You've got your text, you've got your image, and then you've got your video, which will play within the browser itself, which is absolutely excellent. And obviously, you put a lot more to your blogs, but how simple was that? So I hope that was a quick overview. It's a wee bit longer than the usual videos I do. I try and keep them, as short as possible. But there's quite a bit more to GrooveBlog. But as you can see, even if you're a beginner, or if you've been in GrooveBlog for a while, Groove for a while, you can see that it is all come together now. Its previous version was a bit buggy, and you might not have wanted to start, but I reckon, honestly, this is now ready. So there you go, guys. That was how to start a blog, even if you've got no experience, all using GrooveBlog, which has just been updated, and that's all been in about half an hour. I can tell you that the training for this was 6 or 7 hours long, and I've tried to take out the most important parts so that you just need to spend half an hour to get you up and running. As always, I really appreciate your feedback. Anything you say in the comments, I take on board. I always answer things, all these questions personally. It's just me building out GrooveTube Academy to help you guys so that you can build your businesses, and hopefully we can all be on this journey together. So if you've liked it, you know what to do. Hit the like button below, comment as usual, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which is like 6 a day, but it makes me grow as a person, and it makes me want to get the content out there. So you've been great. Thanks for all your support. In the next video, I'm likely going to cover Groove Member, because there's a massive update coming. So as soon as that's live, I'm going to put the tile above my head so you know where to go to get that video. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. I've been Ross at the GrooveTube Academy. You've been fantastic for watching this video. Wee bit longer than my usual ones, but hey, GrooveBlog is worth it. So go out there, get your blog posts up, get those organic leads coming into your site without paying for ads. And I really hope you've enjoyed that. And I'll see you in the next video. By the way, I'm testing out a new mic. I'm trying to up my game. I've got a bit of lighting. I've got a mic now. So hopefully it's come across clear. Obviously, my accent I can't do anything about, but hopefully you understood all that. I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. See you, everyone.